Trayon.
Hey, Autumn. How are you? How you been?
I am good. And you know what? I learned something new about you. I did not know
Lord.
you graduated magna cum laude from UMES. I graduated from UMES.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Hawk pride, baby. Right. Hawk pride. Catch it. Yeah, I wasn't magna cum laude though. So hats off to you.
Okay. It's all good. As long as you got across the stage.
Exactly. But Trayon, first of all, thank you again for taking the time out of your busy schedule to chat with me and my live squad. And with everything that's going on, I talked to Roland Martin this morning, and then I wanted to get a local perspective. Now, for those of you that don't know who Trayon is, he again is the council member for Ward 8. He's a DC native. I grew up in PG County, and the one thing growing up we always heard, and I'm sure you can agree with this, Trayon, is don't mess around federal buildings. Just don't go. We just naturally knew, like, nah, I see that barrier. Let me not step foot. They might shoot me on sight. So let's start here. What was your initial reaction as you were watching things unfold in your backyard?
So my initial reaction was, where is all the police? Where is the military? Are they going to make... I thought to myself, I know they're not going to let them in. I'm sure they're going to, argue and pepper spray, like I've been seeing on the news that's been done to Black Lives Matters and other peaceful protesters, bombing. None of that happened. And when they breached the doors, then went in, I'm like, oh yeah, they're going to they're going to go in there and lock everybody up.
Mm-hmm.
Still didn't happen. I'm like, what is... I'm still in awe today, Autumn. This morning, I was like, I can't believe this happened on United States soil at the Capitol where members were present. All those factors. And to see the president citing that is deeply disturbing.
I mean, and like you, I was on air yesterday as it was all unfolding. I'm literally talking, and I'm like, oh snap! They're waving people to come in. Okay, no, like you, like no. They're gonna stop this. No, and then they're like in there, and I'm just completely floored within disbelief. And I saw people on social media. It's like name tighter security than at the Capitol, and I'm like, they guard black hair care products at Walmart better than they did the Capitol yesterday.
Then I'm like, where the snipers that was on the roof doing, the Million Man marches, just as else. I didn't see no snipers. It was just it was tolerated.
Yeah,
that's an act of treason, and a coup on our country. To see that happening on our soil, and to little no resistance, just walking straight in. And on Nancy Pelosi's desk, right? That's the ultimate disrespect.
Yeah.
Of public office in the United States of America, the most powerful place in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
It took them less than 2 hours to get in there comfortably and be in there all that time.
Yeah.
We talking about spending over $70 billion on defense a year. We can't defend our own capital right here in the United States.
Yeah, and you mentioned, the guy that was in Nancy Pelosi's office. His name is Richard Barnett of Arkansas. Yeah, just putting it out there. Okay. So, because the FBI they're looking for people actively during this time. But I don't know if you remember this story. Do you remember the story of Marion Carey, the black woman who was having a mental health issue down on the Capitol?
Crashed her car.
Crashed
a child in the car.
And they shot and killed that woman.
Killed her. Yep, I remember that. That was not too long ago. That was less than 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's completely mind blowing. It's like a clear cut. And I said this yesterday, and I was talking to Roland about this. It is a clear cut case of the two sides of America. Every Caucasian person in America has to look at themselves in the mirror and decide which side are you going to be on. What side of history are you going to be on?
I remember protesting for statehood at the White House and all the police that were there, and I got arrested. A group of us got arrested. Like, they talking about 13 arrests was made out of hundreds of people been down there. 13?
13. Yeah, they put out some more numbers. They were saying that so it was a total of 68 people that were arrested. 41 were arrested on Capitol grounds, but only one person was from the District of Columbia. So again, they're looking for people of interest. I think they're offering up to like $1,000. But
first of all, if you know they're coming, you don't have to be looking for people of interest, because we knew through the intelligence not only when they were coming, where they were staying, how many hotels were. It was a lot of information going around prior to this happening. Every public law enforcement knew this was happening, and we have more police in Washington D.C. than anywhere in the United States. Come on now, you're looking for them. You should have to. You know what they're saying.
Yeah.
You know what cars they were driving. We have cameras everywhere. They was parking on the grass. They got all their tags number. Come on, you think I'm looking for them.
Yeah. And not to mention, did you see the video of the officers opening up the gates and letting them in? It's like at this point, and it's crazy because Trayon, I actually was I started out the process of being a Capitol police officer.
Oh, wow.
And then they found out I was on Flavor of Love and it was a whole thing. I was like, I don't want to do this. Anyway, but I digress. We'll talk about that over drinks. But,
Okay.
I ended up not doing it, but it was just very disheartening just watching all of that. You know what I mean? It's like these police officers in our nation's capital, they're supposed to protect and serve. And in that moment, you saw clearly which side they were on. You heard Donald Trump tell those people, meet me at the Capitol. You heard him. Yep. That was a direct threat. That was a direct threat. He told the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by. So I was having this argument with one of my Caucasian friends last night, and her thing was, they weren't prepared because they didn't expect for people to be, doing all of this. They were supposed to stay down by the White House. And I'm like, girl, when the Black Lives Matter protesters came, they shut everything down. They boarded up the entire downtown DC. Everything.
And when they was protesting, they had the tanks in the street. You remember that?
All of that. Oh my gosh, Trayon, man. And then the black officer. Now here's my theory with the black officer, and I felt so bad for him. I think in that moment, he was more scared about losing his job and his benefits, everything, but by hurting a white person as he was for his own safety. Like if you really think about that, and then he only had a baton. Where was his gun? Where was his taser? It's just so many holes. So many holes, man. Oh man, Trayon, I could talk to you forever.
Yeah, I just feel like you are overtrained for a situation like that, and you know what to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he was caught in a difficult situation, but and as we all know, if that was anybody of color coming in there, black, it'd have been a tragedy.
Yeah. Yeah, we would have been mourning the loss of hundreds of people. Man, Trayon.
Martyrs, insurrectionalists.
Yes.
Terrorists.
Yes. Trayon White, council member from Ward 8. Shout out your social media. Where can my live squad link with you if they want to holler at you?
At TRAYN White. Trayon White. That's what I'm on social media, Instagram. I don't tweet much, but Facebook. They got this new chat room. What's this new thing going on?
Clubhouse,
yeah. There it is.
All right, Trayon. Trayon White. My you and me, yes, brother. Thank you again for checking in with me, all right?
All right.